All right. Some more real time. He's back. Was gone for what, a month?
All right. So much to cover because we've been off for a whole month. Man,
there you go.
1 month? What can happen in a month? I mean,
yeah.
a month ago, the Democrats were so resigned to going into battle with the skeletal remains of Joe Biden. But look, I mean, I'm sorry, Republicans. A month ago, you had it in the can. Now you've lost your mojo. I mean, today, J.D. Vance's couch said, "Not tonight."
Somebody pointed out, a lot of people pointed out, it's almost like Trump never got shot. That news story went away really fast. Now, some people say, oh, the media, they're on the left side, so they control the narrative. They're gonna bury that story. I don't think so, though, man. I think on its own, it went away. Because even the people on the internet didn't really dig into it too much. I was expecting like a crazy amount of conspiracy videos. Nah, not really.
Both conventions, who won? I mean, if we do this by convention,
come on.
Well, what's your measurement?
Well, I mean,
the Democrats by a long shot.
Is that like an Obama dick joke?
That was a good joke too.
This weird obsession with crowd sizes.
What do you think about the fact that Kamala doesn't talk to the press? To me, that's even worse than I hate you. It's like I don't think about you.
I don't know if it's worse than denigrating the press on a daily basis, which is what.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. It's kind of risky because she's had some bad interviews before, but she has to eventually talk to the press because people are gonna look at her like a phony or like she's scared. But if she does something wrong in one of those interviews, man, her momentum is gonna slow down. So I don't know. That's kind of like, man, that's a tough one.
Till the one conservative guy, what's his name?
Scott Jennings.
This Lonely Scott, I call him.
David Urban was there too.
Lonely Scott.
Wait a second. They were just gushing about how great a speech it was. And I think she did fine. I didn't think it was as good as they were making it out to be.
Nah, it wasn't. Come on.
Conservative in America. Now, in this era we're in, until Donald Trump goes away, which could be never.
Man, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The only good thing about Trump being elected is that he'll finally go away from politics, man. He could only run twice. I mean, you could only get elected twice. 8 years, that's the cutoff point. Unless he does something to the Constitution, but hopefully not. I doubt it. There's a lot of checks and balances, you know. A lot of judges can stop him. A lot of judges did stop him from doing a lot of things that were considered unconstitutional. But if he doesn't win, he's going to keep running over and over and over. And there's no limit. I can't remember the guy's name. Some politician back in the day, he ran almost all of his adult life. He kept running for office over and over and over. There's no limit. But that's the only positive if he were to win.
But the crowd loved him. It didn't matter that he was spewing bullshit. He always spews bullshit.
Yeah.
But that's representative of
They don't
America.
care.
Okay. All right, let's meet our panel.
Panel time. All right. These two guys right here, man, I respect equally. Yeah, I'm a old school liberal. I guess now you would call it a centrist. But Dan Crenshaw, man, he came on Bill Maher before, and I thought Bill Maher was gonna kill him because he tried. He had a bunch of tough questions for him, and nope, he answered them perfectly. He had good explanations. I'm like, wow. And James Carville, man, this guy's hilarious. He's a Southern liberal guy, very Southern. I agree with him a lot. He's anti-woke. I'm anti-woke. But there was one thing I remember he said that forever stuck with me, man. It was funny as hell. He said, I wouldn't piss down his throat if his heart was on fire. Jesus Christ. That's super Southern right there. I could already tell it's going to be a heated debate with those two guys.
Carville, Winning is everything, stupid. Coming out this fall, James Carville is
Yeah. New Orleans. NOLA.
with Dan Crenshaw. Dan Crenshaw back.
Yeah.
For one thing, they sounded like they liked America.
Yeah.
Which, you know, has been a problem.
I will never criticize Democrats for putting on a good show.
Oh.
I will never criticize Democrats for being good at politics. What I criticize Democrats for is being bad at policy and governing. They put on a great show. They got those celebrities in there. They dusted off those American flags that they had previously held in the attic or burned occasionally. And then they brought them out. What are the metrics that will actually make your life better? Donald Trump wins on this, on the policy and the outcomes associated with that.
Come on, push back.
So I'm not going to mention January 6th and burning flags and anything like that, because that just never happened. We're gonna.
You famously said something about the Democratic Party is too dominated by preachy females.
I did.
Okay, so where are we?
He was right.
And I think you should get a Cajonte Award for that.
You should.
All right, this guy is the most male guy that could come aboard. A soldier, a football coach, a hunter. All right, Minnesota, Paul Bunyan, you name it.
Paul Bunyan.
I don't know how you can say that the Democrat Party has become too feminine when they don't even know what a woman is.
Right.
So,
Oh.
the Democrat Party, you're correct. Republicans are bad at selling good policy. Democrats are very good at selling bad policy. Democrats have gotten way more extreme than the American people.
Both sides have extreme sides. The left has, you know, all these blue-haired woke people, Antifa, whatever. The right has MAGA, like hardcore MAGA people. They probably outnumber the other side. And they really, really far right is those, what do you call these nutcases?
A few moments later.
QAnon, those types. There's a lot of them too. So both sides have changed. Now, I've said it before, the ones who set it off was the right with the birther movement, Tea Party, and all that was a response to Obama being elected. So the right started it, and the left responded.
And to tell you the truth, I like migrant people. I just kind of do. I think they're kind of hardworking. I think they contribute a bucket load to the American economy.
Yeah, but the issue is illegal.
I'm very, very pro-immigration. I really am.
Yeah, so are we.
Here we go. We're going to point it out.
But I would hope you would also say you're against illegal immigration.
There you go.
If you're pro-legal immigration and all these hardworking people, which I agree, I don't want people cutting in front of them in line, which is what happens when you allow
That's the argument.
8 million illegal encounters and are buying a quarter of them released into the country.
You yourself was on this page. I mean, they had the bill. That guy who wrote it, Langford, he's a conservative Republican. Yeah. You yourself spoke on this.
Yep.
Trump killed that bill.
He killed it.
Because he didn't want the issue to work against him in the election. That's your boyfriend. How you get, you know, sometimes a single word will encapsulate the campaign. I remember when Obama ran, all the posters just said, hope. And now, it's funny, the word in this election, weird. There is one guy in this race who's actually really weird, and that's the guy who pulled out today, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and I like Bobby a lot.
Yeah, he is weird.
RFK Jr. says he once had a freezer full of roadkill meat, and these are the real headlines.
My God.
I mean, to have a Kennedy endorse not just any Republican, but the worst one ever.
Yeah, man.
What do we make of this, gentlemen?
Well, you know, every family has a whatever. That guy is not weird. There's an expression they use in New Orleans. That boy ain't right. Okay?
That boy ain't right.
There's something weird. You're weird. That boy ain't right. He just did something wrong. He hit his head or something. I don't know what.
I wouldn't go that far, but...
I would.
Okay.
I would.
So let me ask you about and by the way, it's a little odd, isn't it, that the Republicans had no former presidents, vice presidents. There was no Mitt Romney there, no Bush, no Dick Cheney. It's
that's
like
true.
Tom Cruise with his daughter.
I don't think they like Trump. That's why.
That's not the show. It's an indication that you have made a clean cut with what republicanism was up until Trump.
There you go.
The only politician with Project 2025 on their website is Kamala Harris. A lot of that Trump already disowned. What you can hold us or our feet to the fire on is what's actually in the party platform.
See, that's the problem. He could say that he has nothing to do with Project 2025, but he lies so much that you don't know when to believe him. So I think he's lying. A lot of people think he's lying. That's the consequence when you lie almost every time you open your mouth.
You know, sometimes people's position evolve. You realize that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton in 2008 were both against gay marriage.
Yeah.
None of the hell's against gay marriage now.
Yeah.
Right.
Look how they're separated from each other.
All right, we got to go to new rules.
New rules, ladies and gentlemen, new rules.
Okay, new rule. The New Zealand man complaining that he went into surgery for a partial circumcision, but they ended up giving him a full circumcision, has to answer 2 questions. What the hell is a partial circumcision? And 2, if you were so dissatisfied, why did you leave such a big tip?
He's like, what the hell?
Part of us thinks it's a symbol of Russia's descent into crude totalitarianism, and part of us thinks, ooh, this would really make the commute sweet. Australian woman currently on trial for making a porn video where she was having sex with a trout.
What?
And the people who are most deranged and most psychotic are people who don't have kids. Have you met your running mate? As a single person, I pay thousands in local taxes to support my neighborhood schools when I have no kids at all. But if I spend just a few hours hanging around the Barbizon School of Design, suddenly I'm a stranger. I'm dating inappropriately. I'm resisting arrest. And by the way, the joke's on you, Republicans. Have all the babies you want. We'll just keep eating them. But today, the share of American adults under 50 without kids who say they are unlikely to ever have them stands at 47%.
Man.
Almost half.
The problem with that, from what I've read, in Japan, England, I think, is the old people, the older people who need to be taken care of. And you need young workers to contribute to the economy, you know, get taxed to help with these older residents, Social Security, well-being and stuff. Without them, you can't. It'll collapse. That's why Japan is like, they're panicking, man.
I like disposable income and free time. I like that I always know where the scissors are. I like that my bathroom is always free.
Oh my God.
In the garage. I never
drink in the garage
in the middle of the night. When you go to the polls as a parent, you should have more power than people who don't have kids. No. Your life choices are not more valid or worthy than mine. I think people who don't smoke weed are missing out, but
hell yeah.
That doesn't mean Woody Harrelson gets to vote twice.
Look at those guys.
There we are. Yes, we have a pot store together in L.A., The Woods. You should check it out.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and watch Overtime because it's going to be crazy. It's got to be. I don't think I can show Overtime. But, all right. I'll catch you on the next one.